Okay, like I said, today we are going to be looking at chapter 5, which is with the topic, Will Your Future Be in Cybersecurity? And we said rightly that we're going to be looking at the ethical issues that arises from this chapter, and we're also going to be looking at the educational path for those who might be interested. So, cybersecurity professionals must have the same skills as hackers, especially black hat hackers. And why are we looking at black hat hackers? Because they are the ones that actually endanger our organizations. They are the ones that actually endanger our system. So in order to protect against hackers, one difference between a hacker and a cybersecurity professional is that the cybersecurity professional must work within the legal boundaries. So the hacker does not work within the legal boundaries. So he just goes ahead to break the rules and in order to get what he or she wants. But you as a cybersecurity professional, there are certain legal issues, there are certain boundaries you need to respect. There are certain ethics you need to follow. All right. So for instance, when we have what we call the personal legal issue, you do not even have to be an employee, to be subject to cybersecurity laws. Just so far you have access to the internet, to the cyber, to the net, then you might have to follow the laws. You may have the opportunity and the skills to hack another person's computer or sometimes even somebody's network. There's an old saying that just says, just because you can just because you can do just because you can does not mean you should. All right. So if I am sitting here, and for those of you who are joining this class, just because I can find a way to get into your devices right now does not mean I should. Now, that is the difference between me and a black hacker. All right. So you keep in mind that most hackers leave tracks, whether they know it or not. The tracks are like footprints, like footsteps that somebody, a professional, can actually follow to know what they have done. So cybersecurity professionals actually develop skills which can be used for good or which can be used for evil. Now, those who use their skills within the legal system, either to protect their institutions or to protect their systems or to protect their organization or to protect their privacies, they are the professionals. All right. And these particular skills most of the times are in very high demand. But most countries have some cybersecurity laws that they have put in place to govern how operations take place. When people carry out banking activities online, they are going into the cyber. When organizations carry out health services online, when everybody does anything online, you are going into the cyber. So these countries usually place some laws that helps to govern how you operate. So they may have to do with critical infrastructure, sometimes the network, and even corporate and individual privacies. So businesses are required to abide by all these laws so that we will actually all work within the same frame of mind. But in some cases, if you break the laws while doing your job, it is the company that will be punished. But if you are on your own, if you break the law, then you yourself will be punished. So there are laws that have been set aside. Some of the laws are within your states, some of them are within your country, and some of them are international laws. So the area of cybersecurity laws is much newer than cybersecurity itself. Like we mentioned before, most countries have some of these laws in place. And countries that do not have these laws in place, you have to use your moral ethics in order to make sure that you do not go contrary to it. Now, in addition to working with confined laws within your government, within your system, within your organization to demonstrate your ethical behavior, there are personal ethics that you have to also abide by. So a person may act, unethically and not be subject to prosecution or fine or imprisonment. This is because the action may not have been technically illegal, but that does not mean that the behavior is acceptable. So ethical behaviors is fairly easy to ascertain. It is important to list all the various unethical behaviors that can be exhibited by someone with cybersecurity skills. So we have some, just two, and then you can ask yourself. The first one you could ask yourself is, would I want to discover what someone has hacked into? Would I want to discover that someone has hacked into my computer and altered images in my social network site? Would I want that? It's a question you need to ask yourself, and we're going to look at this image and see how the response can go. Would I want to discover that an IT technician whom I trust to fix my network told colleagues of personal information about me that he gained from my network? That is it. So we need to find out these particular issues. So these are some of the questions that we are talking about. All right. So we said, is it legal? We want to find out. If it is yes, then you go to the next one. If you are not sure, you wait. If it is no, then you stop doing whatever it is you are doing. You now ask yourself these questions. Does this company or does this comply with the code and company policy and principles of ethical behavior? You ask yourself that. Whatever it is you are doing, will your organization accept that? Is it okay by them? These are personal questions you ask. Am I sure it will not cause loss or harm to my company or its stakeholders or shareholders? You ask yourself these questions. Would it be okay if everyone did what I am doing? So, why we are looking at this particular ethics in this course is because as we go further in this course, there are going to be certain skills that you will be taught, and these skills will go a long way to help you in your profession or to cause mayhem to others. So it is very, 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 very important for us to draw the line for you to know when to be ethical or when to be unethical. Okay? When to be ethical or when not to be ethical. So you can use these skills as an individual. You can use these skills under a particular organization, or you can use these skills, as a hacker. So wherever it is that you find yourself, these are questions that we need to keep asking ourselves, and then we'll know what to do. So many other businesses and industries are hiring cybersecurity professionals. There are several online search engines to help you find the right job in cybersecurity. So for the fact that you have these skills, there are jobs everywhere. For those of you who probably are looking for a job in cybersecurity, this particular course is one of the courses that has leading demand. The cybersecurity field is having a high demand for jobs. So you can find jobs by either going to search engines and search, or even CISCO can even offer advertise your profile. Once you do your quizzes, you do your exams, and you do well, you can even be advertised. So there are just three of many different search engine sites. If you're looking for a job, you can just type it, and then you would actually choose the one that you want. Now, we have a small activity that talks about your hat, what type of hat you wear as cybersecurity professional. The first one is, after hacking into ATM machine remotely using a laptop, he worked with ATM manufacturers to resolve the found security vulnerability. This particular person, is it a white hacker? Is it a gray hat hacker? Is it a black hat hacker? For those of you who were in the first class, we talked about a white hat hacker, and we said that these are individuals that use their cybersecurity hacking skills to to discover vulnerabilities in organizations within the legal framework, and then help that organization to fix it. And we said black hat hackers are people who actually use their skills to cause mayhem to organizations, to fetch information without the consent of the organization, without following rules. And then the gray hat hackers actually are in between. Sometimes they go left, sometimes they go right. So for the first one, a hacker actually hacks into an ATM machine using a laptop remote. And then after doing that, he actually worked with the manufacturers to resolve the problem. So we want to know, is this person a white hat hacker, a gray hat hacker, or a black hat hacker? So I think it's a white hat hacker. Let's find out later. The second question says, from my laptop, I transferred $10 million to my bank account using victim's account number and PIN number, viewing recordings of victims' entry numbers. So you see, this particular person is causing mayhem. He has entered unauthorized environment, all right, and is causing problem to others. So what kind of hacker is this particular person? So I think this is a black hat hacker. Now, my job is to identify weaknesses in computer systems in my company. Okay, so what kind of a hacker is this? This is a white hacker. That is his job. Then I used malware to compromise several corporate systems to steal credit card information and sold that information to highest bidder. Wow. So you see, he used what? Malware to compromise several corporate systems. So this guy is a black hat hacker. Now, during my research for security exploits, I stumbled across a security vulnerability on a corporate network that I am authorized to access. So you see, this one is a gray hat hacker. Then the last one says, I am working with technology companies to fix a flaw with DNS. Okay, well, this can be a white hat hacker, can be a gray hat hacker. But anyway, let's check our results and see where we have got it right or wrong. Okay, so we have gotten 2 wrong and 4 right. Now let's look at the first one again. Okay, this one says, after hacking into ATM machine remotely using a laptop, he worked with ATM manufacturers to resolve and found security vulnerabilities. So I guess this person could be a gray hat hacker. But this one says, during my research for security exploits, I stumbled across a security vulnerability on a corporate network that I am authorized. Okay, I am authorized, so I guess it's a white. Let's check whether we are right with them. Okay, so we are right. Okay, so this is just to give us the understanding of who a white hat hacker is, a gray hat hacker is, and a black hat hacker. All right, now we need to also understand that we have certain things that are connected to the course. So we are nearly done with the course, but before we go, let's look at a few ways that CISCO can actually support your education and career. Okay, so we will click the plus sign and find out if you want to make money, how do you go about it? If you want to build bridges or make community, make friends, let's find out about it. If you want to go further with your career on cybersecurity, Let's find out. So let's start with the money, because I'm sure a lot of people will want to know how they will make money with this particular course. So if you click here, it says you have worked hard to complete this course. Now it's time to think about how your new skill and knowledge can help when taking industry recognized certification exam. Not only that, netacad.com might also be able to help solve your money, save you money on your cost of exams. Okay, so what we are saying is that for you to begin to think how to make money, or you want to save money, you need to take the industry exam. The industry exam is like a certification exam that is to recognize your certificate worldwide. Okay, so after this course, you will take the exam, the academy exam. After the academy exam, if you want, you can take the industry exam. Okay, we have some other exams that has to do with introduction to Internet of Things. I think that's the course we're going to start with after that. After this, then we have introduction to cybersecurity, which is what we are looking at. So if I click this, then it will tell me what I need, what you need to learn, and why is it important. Okay, so this is about how what you can do to to get yourself certified, and the moment you get yourself certified, you get some money, or you save yourself some money. How about this? Now it is time to find great job. Talent Bridge can help. So if you want to find a job, you register for Talent Bridge and start your search. All right, so if you want to go to Talent Bridge, click here, and then now usually we advise that before you begin to look for job, you need to actually start some other courses like the cybersecurity essentials, which is the next one. So you see under Talent Bridge, under Talent Bridge, you will now fill in your details and then your courses. Now these are the courses that I have taken. I've taken CCNA security, I've taken CCNP route, I've taken entrepreneurship, I've taken cybersecurity operations, I've taken CCNA exploration, I have taken CCNA, that's network fundamentals, I have taken routing protocols and concepts, I have taken LAN switching, I have taken access to wider area network. These are all the courses that I I have taken. Now, with all these courses, if I am looking for job now, all I just need to do is click next. Once I click next, it's going to now send my profile and my educational profile, my certificate, and then it will send it and to different organizations. CISCO will now be like a guarantor for me to be able to find a new job. So the more courses you take on the CISCO NetAcad platform, the greater your opportunity. Now, is this your first job search? Maybe it's been a long time since you've been looking for a job. If you click careers at the top netacad.com, you will find great information on employment opportunities, webinars, career advices, pathways, certification, success stories, while you are here. So you can click courses and know how to move forward. So that is the end of chapter 5. Excuse me. That is the end of chapter 5. And like we said, chapter 5 is just basically to see how we can find ourselves in good positions just because we have taken this particular course. So I would encourage you to log in and do what you need to do. I went through the assignments. I've seen a good number of you have done the assignments, and I'm happy about that. Those who have not done it, there are so much you need to do. So before we go,